William Bryan Downey, born September 7th, 1896, Columbus, Ohio. He died on March 28th, 1970, Wadworth, California. He stood 5'6¼ weighed 133 to 163 pounds. He was managed by Jimmy Dunn. Fighting career record of 139 total bouts, 48-13-12, with 25 knockouts. He would have 66 no decisions, and he would be stopped himself twice. I'm Scrapbook Boxing. Let's talk about William Bryan Downey, another underrated fighter, right here on the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Now, to your right is William Bryan Downey. To your left, you have Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson became middleweight champion in 1920, and he would lose his title in 1923. But William Bryan Downey faced heavy hitters, such as Hall of Famers, who would face Joe Chip, brother of middleweight champion George Chip. George Chip would take his title away from Frank Klaus. Downey would be in the ring with Steve Latto, Jock Malone. Jock Malone would have a very interesting fight with a toy bulldog, Mickey Walker. Downey would be in the ring with middleweight champion Mike O'Dowd. 1920, 1923 middleweight champion Harry Greb was a Hall of Famer. He was an American light heavyweight champion when he would take the title away from Gene Tunney in 1922. He would become middleweight champion in 1923 by defeating Johnny Wilson. He would give Johnny Wilson a return go, defeat him again. Harry Greb would lose his middleweight championship strap in 1926 to the Georgia Deacon, Tiger Flowers. I have Harry Greb ranked number 2, my all-time greatest fighters ranking list. But William Downey would also face Jacob Soldier Field. They called him Soldier Barfield. Very good fighter he was. From New York. And he would move over to Philadelphia as a young man with his parents. He would lose to greats such as Jack Britton. Jack Britton had a 20-fight series with Ted Kid Lewis. Jack Britton would also become champion in the welterweight division. Fought on March 5th, 1917, Columbus, Ohio, in his hometown. No decision, 12 rounds. He faced Johnny Griffiths, October 20th, 1917, Columbus, Ohio, no decision in 12 rounds. Ted Kid Lewis, December 17th, 1917, Columbus, Ohio, no decision, 12 rounds. He'd be in the ring with Tommy Loughran, one of the greatest light heavyweight champions of all times. Loughran had a fighting record, 95-24-9 with 17 knockouts, 45 no decisions. He was in the ring with fighters such as Jeff Smith. Now, Jeff Smith was from New York, and he would move over to Bayonne, New Jersey. Excuse me. Jeff Smith was a very, very good middleweight. Tommy Loughran would face Leo Lomsky, Roland Todd, Artur Godoy, Johnny Wilson, just to name a few. Jack Sharkey, you name him, he was in there with him. Matter of fact, Tommy Loughran and Jack Sharkey would fight in an elimination tournament. They would start that tournament off, 1928, when Gene Tunney would hang up the gloves after facing Tom Heaney, New Zealand, in defense of his title. William Downey would also be in the ring with Jack Delaney, who would become light heavyweight champion. Battling Levinsky and Frank Klaus, Michael Dowd, Jim Coffey, Al McCoy, Billy Misk, K.O. Bill Brennan. He'd be in the ring with Ray Bronson, June 30th, 1910 in New Orleans. He would lose a 10-round decision. Matthew Matty Baldwin, New York, no decision, 10 rounds, 1913. I just wanted to expose William Brown Downey to you. You see, there's a lot of fighters who are forgotten. My job here in the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series is to remind you of some great fighters that would pass the baton to the modern generation. Salute to William Downey and all the greats from the past. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fighters and all great fights will never be forgotten on my channel. Thanks for following my content. Appreciate your time. Salute.